It's Monday the 13th. Do you know where your bloggers are? Okay, that was way too cheesy. Roll the titles. Oh, yeah. Oh. Sorry, I thought the titles were still going, but I forgot. I shortened them. Yeah. So welcome to edition number 2 of Sean McLean's video blog. For those of you who are wondering why I put my name right in the title, well, what can I say? I'm an egomaniac. Things are a little different now. In taking a look at how the first one turned out, I decided to restructure these video blogs a little bit. First off, okay, the original video blog, one second. Sorry about that horrendously long delay. My girlfriend was just coming home and had to tell me about her day. Yeah, hang on one more second. One big change that you probably already noticed is the first video blog actually had a script. Yes, that's right, a script. 5 pages, just basically, yeah. Now, here was the problem. Because it was scripted, it kind of cut into the spontaneity, which doesn't make it quite as fun, and also just made it a lot more time-consuming to make. Because I found that as we were filming the segments, Annetta is my girlfriend, by the way. Annetta was helping me out, and so she was keeping tabs on the script while I did each segment, and then we would just sort of go like that. But I found the problem was I was spending more time trying to stick to the script and keep track of the continuity of the camera angles and such than you know, just talking. So anyway, script gone. So we're not going to bother with that anymore, but we are still going to do multiple camera angles. The difference being that it's not all pre-planned and organized and such. So I hope that this will make it a little more spontaneous, a little more interesting, and the most important part being a little less time-consuming for me to make them. Because I figure if I'm going to keep up with these things regularly, it's probably best if it doesn't take too long to throw them together. So, we've got the standard title sequence, which I'll just stick on the beginning of each edition, and like that. So some basic editing, and that's pretty much it. And the rest is just all candid and spontaneous. So one of the things I wanted to say right off the bat was, actually, if you're wondering why I look over there sometimes, it's because I have one of those, actually I can show you on this camera, I have one of these handy-dandy flip-out screens, so when you see me looking at you, I'm actually looking at the lens. When you see me looking over here, I'm actually looking at this thing, except on that camera. Yeah, so one of the things I wanted to say was thank you to everyone who's stopped by my main page so far and checked out the other videos that I have on there. And in particular, thank you to those of you leaving comments. So far, I've had all of 3 comments. And they were all for the same video, specifically Extreme Dance-Off, which was a video that my good friend Ben and I did a few years ago. It was quite literally one of those, we're bored, let's make a video type of things. And it's kind of taken on a bit of a life of its own since then. Yeah. But I'm glad to see that, judging from the comments, most people are taking it for what it is, essentially not meant to be taken seriously at all. It's quite obvious from that video, I think, that neither of us can dance to save our lives. And, yeah. And the little interview segments I thought were kind of fun because, you know, as I mentioned in the previous entry, I do want to get into the video and television biz. So it was kind of like, what if I was being interviewed after I'd made it big? by a talking thumb guy. So yeah, glad to see that people are enjoying that one. What else? Actually, while we're on the subject, let's talk about some of the other videos on my site. You may have noticed also a series called The Tom and Sean Show. Now, I pretty much describe in the blurb for the first episode what it is, but I noticed not too many people are looking at it, so I thought I would sort of fill you in on what it's all about and why it exists. A number of years ago, my friend Tom and I did an audio show, which was basically a talk radio style audio show, but just totally insane. I mean, it was completely off the wall and crazy. So, I mean, it had no structure at all. We would try to sort of have topics and stuff, and it would just go all over the place. Funny as hell, if you have that sort of weird sense of humor, but definitely not to everybody's taste. Anyway, so we did this mock radio show. And one day I basically had my old video camera out. I mean, this was a really old video camera. Actually, hang on a sec, I'll show you. I mean, it's not even a camcorder. It's actually an old video camera. And the way these old cameras would work, this is really going back in video history here. Ugh! Take a look at this beast. The microphone pulls out as well. Now, for the large part, this camera is no longer functional, mainly because the end of this long cable here. Where is it? There, you see this? This would actually plug into one of the old VCRs, like a really old VCR that actually had, it had two parts to it. It actually had the power part of it, and then a dockable part that was actually the part that you use for the actual VCR portion of it. So the dockable part could be removed. You could slip a big massive honking battery pack in there, probably about the size of this viewfinder here. You can slip a big massive battery pack in there and take it portable. This was, to give you some idea of how old this is, where is it here? I could have sworn it said on here somewhere. Ah, here we are. Manufacturing date. October 1981. So, yeah, that's going back a bit. I do have a VCR that can plug into, but here's the problem. The VCR doesn't work anymore. And besides, when you compare the picture quality of this old clunker to something like this, I'm currently using a digital 8 camcorder, there's just no comparison. I mean, on the digital, the colors are sharper, the resolution is crisper, and yeah. But anyway, back to the Tom and Sean Show.